meat. That was a little better than the Walmart chicken. I think everybody agree with that? Once again, I'd like to thank Brina. They've been the long-term sponsor of this thing. They've always paid for our dinner here. It's a great opportunity to have them for everything else that they do for us. Besides that, to ask you to support their products. I've been feeding ProPlan since 1993, and knock on my wooden head, have very rarely had a sick dog. It's good kennel cleanup, good nutrition. Dogs stay healthy. You can't hardly beat it. So support them when you can. Want to thank several people before we start. I want to thank Chuck and Jill Schaefer. Jill's always been helpful. Chuck puts up with the nonsense and makes everything happen, and even scooped some food tonight. He's such a good fellow. Gil Hopper, I know everybody, but this is Jane and Gil. This year, Gil put together the computer program that we do to keep track of the points. It's a little more sophisticated, and those of you that have been here before, it's designed to reward a first place dog, to reward the top winning dogs, and we get some grumbling about that when it gets down to the gnat's butt every once in a while at the end of the year, but it over and over rewards the dogs that can place in an hour stake, rewards the dogs that are at the top of the heap, not continually third and fourth, and it sorts that out. Gil put that together, and we couldn't do this without his help. Ken Wyndham is the engine behind keeping that software program going, and it's a monumental task. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of entries that he has to put in by hand every year. I forget what it is, like 900 or something. It's kind of a lot of stuff to keep track of. This last year, his computer crashed, and he had to go back and do it all again. So it's been kind of it's a labor of love. There's no doubt about it. Without him, he's doing a great job of keeping it. It's a really tight race again this year, and he's doing a really good job of keeping kind of a week-by-week update on that, kind of accelerating the results over what he's done the last couple of years, and that'll come in handy as we all get down to the wire at the end of the year. Well, he also has been responsible for a long-awaited surprise, the trophy that stays here in the clubhouse that I've been promising for a while. It's complete this year, and we'll unveil it later on tonight. And Ken built that trophy for me. So, thank my wife Valerie. As you all know, all the placements for everything that we do every year count towards this award. Open, amateur, hour, half hour. It kind of culminates everything together into one award. That it's not just the guy that's got the money that can go chase the hour stuff. It leaves someplace open to do that, and you know, kind of just as it's a very highly sought after award. Maybe one of the toughest chased awards that we have this year, that we have in anything that we do with the dogs. This last year, it was again a very hard fought battle, and it came down to the shootout at the St. Louis trial in the fall. Jimmy took a swing at us going out east in Maryland and come up a little bit short. Ed and I were together, and Maisie was there with Mike at the St. Louis trial, banging heads against 38 of the best in the country, and one little white dog named Snixo Sally prevailed in that stake and was able to win by a slim margin of about 40 points. So came down to them things. Last year Sally had 9 placements, 5 firsts, 4 seconds, and all in open stakes. She's only got 1 amateur placement in her whole career, and I don't know whether that's good or bad, but it's kept me a few hairs on my head anyway. She's been a perennial top dog in the Magnum's Mass Pen Award. She's been in the top 5 of the last 6 years. She joins a fairly elite group with Peter Gunn as being the only 2 dogs that have won both the Tritronics and the Magnum's Mass Man Award, and so it's been quite a ride. Anyway, I'd like to ask Jeff Hoskins, the breeder of the dog, to come up first. He bred Sally, and really good friends for a long time. We both started about the same time, beating heads together with two pretty good little dogs to start out with, and it's drug us along a long way. Jeff's been, he bred Sally. He started her as a puppy, sold her to Phil, and then everything is kind of what I just described. And besides that, he had a hand in starting a little dog called Snicks O'Corky and Rockham's Little Stop. Rowdy Mountain Rio Blanco, another field champion that we had.
You okay,
And,
bud?
yeah, I'm good.
It goes back a long way.
Yeah.
My job with Sally was easy. I just said that she was good, and Phil took it, and then, you know, fortunately, Bob and Phil, the team, put together, and one of the hardest things to do with the dog is win with it when it's young and continue on as it's old and keep it right the whole time. And that's what Sally's been able to do, and it's been fun watching, you know. And I didn't have to write the checks either, that was all. It's been special, that's for sure.
Phil, come on up. One other really nice dog that y'all ought to look for that Jeff bred that I had as a young dog, maybe the best young dog I've ever had, is a dog called Roustabout Flat Out. He's a real deal too, looking down the road for some things coming out of him. Mary McGee owns him now. So this is Phil Corlo, he's the owner, Snicks O'Sally.
I was running through my head this afternoon what I would say. And the words of a favorite poet of mine came to mind. The force that through the green fuse drives the flower drives my green age. That blasts the roots of trees is my destroyer. And I am dumb to tell the crooked rose how my youth is bent by the same wintry fever. My youth is bent. Sally and I are of an age, but there's still some green, and I think some of you may have seen that this morning.
Go ahead, Phil.
I want to thank, first of all, Jeff, who put two dogs together into a package of talent. Okay, I went to Jeff and I saw her point a bird. This was at the age of about 12 weeks. And I took one look and I said, that's the one. And Jeff said, I'll sell her to you for $100 less and guarantee a placement. I just laughed. Okay, next, of course, was converting that package of talent into the dog that she is. You know, raw talent doesn't always get it. It takes ability to produce. And the man that's responsible for that is Bob Birchie.
Amen.
Valerie played a role too, and a very important one. I missed my scout this fall. She got all 4 times in a row. Chuck did a good job this morning, though.
Yeah.
He got her on point. Chuck found her on point.
It's all those
way out
lessons
in
Bob
the
gave you,
Everglades.
right?
All the chewing out.
That's lessons.
He said, "You work that tree line," I think is what he said, wasn't it?
That's pretty much it.
And she'd been there for quite a while, and everybody was past her. Well, y'all saw it, so I won't say any more about it, except to say thanks to Purina, thanks to Bob, thanks to Jeff, thanks to all of you. I love you.
Picture here, Phil.
Yep.
I got it.
Turn around.
Get away from the picture.
Turn around and look, Phil.
So,
Oh, yeah. Good. Woo!
Nice. Very good.
Beautiful.
Way to go, Phil. Bob.
Get in here.
Look at her. Oh, my God.